In October of 2022, we decided to get away from the fast-paced hustle and bustle lifestyle and bought a van. We quit our jobs to become remote contractors and left Nashville. We moved to Memphis to stay with Jordan's mom, to work on the van and spend some time with her before hitting the road. It's been 7 months since we started the renovation and the finish line is finally in sight. Once we're done, we plan on moving into the van full-time, exploring the US, while living a slow, simple, and intentional lifestyle in nature. Last week we installed the countertops and this week we're doing the drainage. Let's get into it.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our van build series. If you're new here, my name is Jordan and together with my fiance Lise, we're converting this 2022 Ford Transit. Travel here in a couple weeks actually. So this week we're going to be tackling the drainage for the van. Last week we did the counter, so we'll be able to kind of wrap up everything. And then that just kind of leaves the bed. It's been a long 8 months, but with the end in sight, I'm ready to get on the road. Let's get into it. Dang, look at me in my haircut. All right. Probably gonna be kind of hard for y'all to see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go ahead and start running the drainage lines. I'm gonna try and connect 2 to 1 because I don't want to have to drill 2 holes in the floor. So I have this for the sink, and then I have a low profile drain for the shower. Again, you're not gonna be able to see what I'm doing under here, but I'm gonna connect this to the sink. I'm gonna run it underneath the shower. That's where the hole's gonna come out at. I'm gonna run it through here behind the fridge, underneath the shower. Drain will extend back and then it'll go down. There'll be a 3-point, it's called a 90 elbow T connector or something like that. So one's gonna connect on this side, one's gonna connect on this side, and it's gonna drain down. I'm gonna go get a hole saw so I can run it under the shower. Alright, so we have our general location where the drain's gonna be. I have a couple fittings here. One's gonna be the hose bar, which will go on the end of this. I have a fitting that goes on this. This will go on this. This will go on that. And right here, this will go down into the floor. This will connect to that, and it'll all drain down below. Now, I'm not real sure on this P-trap thing, but it had pretty good reviews, and it's low enough profile. It's kind of how it's gonna be set up. Sink comes down, comes across behind the fridge, through here, and then right here. Yeah, plumbing it's not hard. Like, the PEX was pretty easy. But everything else, like just trying to find fittings that actually work, it's definitely a pain. I've got plumber's tape. Yeah, don't be scared to just go in with plumber's tape. So here's my idea. Because I couldn't find any barb fittings that were this size, like so. This is the only thing I could think of doing. Because again, there's just no fittings. I was hoping there'd be more of these barbed hose fittings, but for the larger plumbing, you just kind of have these, which they don't have like an adapter for like a 1-inch hose. So lucky for us, that does fit. Our hole will go right here, straight through the van, into our gray water tank. So yeah, we'll only have 1 hole drilled through the floor, 2 points of drainage, 1 from the sink, 1 from the shower. I think this was a good idea. I will catch you guys tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and make a frame for our gray water tank. This is a 21 gallon. Yeah, we gotta make a frame around it, paint it. We have to install a water level sensor. We have to install our electric ball valve. So we're gonna have some wires running from underneath the van into the van. Doing it this way instead of building a cage all the way around it. We will be going to places that are like really cold and stuff like that. So if for some reason this thing cracks, I don't want to have to like disassemble. Just want to be able to kind of take out and put back in. All right, so let's go measure out where our hangers are going to go to hold this in underneath. Take this back down. I'm going to move the straps to open up on the other side. Can't tell if these holes are threaded. Well, look who finally came out. Look at her. It's like cluelessly walking around back there. Hello? Look at her. 4 p.m. and I get coffee. Thank God. This is so comfortable. I could sleep. Maybe.
Did you bring me a piece of wood? I can't do anything with it.
That's what I needed. Here. I love it. Going to watch today for Father's Day since I'm such a good pet father. Back under the van, put in a couple of these rib nuts. I'm just gonna install a couple of these. One there. Alright, so there's a couple of points under here. I'll do my best to show you. This little hexagonal one right here. This one. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and mount this. Like, hopefully you can see it. Turned out pretty good. The framing for that costs like maybe 40 bucks. If you have Ace Hardware, I would check their prices. Sometimes they're competitive when it comes to like the metals, like the aluminum tubes and stuff like that. Moral of the story is check around because someone could have something for a lot cheaper. Anyway, we're gonna get the tank back out and then I am gonna paint underneath there. I'm not gonna take the frame off. I feel like that's too much of a hassle. Yeah, we're just going to paint it. Technically, we only need to hit the screws because I did not get stainless steel screws. But the frame itself is stainless steel, so there should be no problems there. Tank out, we're going to install the water level sensor, all the things that are going to be attached to the tank before we put the tank under there. So, let's get into it. Alright, going to install what we need to on here. First, I'm going to cut out a little hole for the inlet. I'm thinking I do want to do like a manual, because this one's electronic, so we'll do something manual here. Alright, so this cap on top is a permanent cap. I think what we're going to do is we're going to mount the sensor near the back of the tank because the van does tilt forward. That means more water is going to move to the front than the back. So when it actually is full in the back, then it's actually full. Mount it. Make sure that your bit is the same size as this little thing, but does not exceed the size of this. Yeah, technically you're supposed to get a sensor that's like the actual height. I think this tank is 7 inches by 8 inches tall because it does taper at the bottom, but this was also cheaper. I think this was like 20 something. I think the 7-inch sensor was like 50. Got it done. Put an extra bead of silicone around it. We have to drill the hole and then run the wires for this and the ball valve. Perfect. Now for one of the more stressful things. So we have to drill a hole in the floor, but we have to figure out exactly where that hole is going to fall underneath the van. I did some rough measurements. I'm pretty sure we're going to clear. I wanted to center the drain, but I think what I'm going to have to do is I'll come about 10 inches in. Let's cross our fingers. I'm going to go check underneath. Be right back. Alright, so I mean, I don't want to brag, but that was spot on. That was perfect. Couldn't have got any better. Beautiful. This should be the perfect size to fit a couple wires through and this pipe. I need to do more stretches. Just janged this stuff together. Start connecting everything on the inside. We have our P-trap connected. We're gonna get some plumber's putty to form it to like a line. Wrap it. Generous amount. Like this. Place this down in the sink. T-trap back. And we're gonna somehow get that directly into here. Put this on here. This is 100% made up. It's crazy how much I sweat. Alright, so now I gotta do some work on that shower area. I gotta put foam everywhere there's not a pipe running for the drain. We are raising it another 3.5 inches. Hopefully I'll be able to fit. This is really one of the only solutions that I found without drilling 2 holes, and I really don't want to do that. Alright, we're gonna loosen this up, slip it over this, tighten it up. We could seal all the way around. So I ended up getting everything hooked up. I got the wires ran, as you can see right there. Put some foam spray around the opening, and that's as good as done. Also ran some wires back here for the bubble. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. So we did get the water to drain. That was a great success. There's no leaks. That's what we're looking for. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake friends gon' pile up. I need peace to borrow, get that shit right back tomorrow. Somehow all the fans go